Princess Leonor in Denmark. Denmark, royal fans stunned by her grand arrival from Spain. Crown fire. Copenhagen woke up to a day like any other. The streets buzzed with their usual rhythm, the air crisp with the northern chill, and royal watchers expected a quiet schedule from Denmark's monarchy. But then, without warning, everything changed. A Spanish flag was spotted fluttering discreetly near the airport. Whispers spread among the crowd. Moments later, she appeared. Princess Leonor of Spain, the heir to the throne, stepped onto Danish soil. The world gasped. A royal presence no one anticipated, a grand arrival that stunned fans and sent shockwaves through Europe. But this wasn't just a visit. This was a message. A silent, powerful statement that raised more questions than it answered. Why was Leonor here in Denmark, and why now? From the very moment she descended the steps of her plane, the atmosphere transformed. Cameras flashed furiously, and royal enthusiasts, some of whom had been tipped off only minutes before, erupted into cheers. Leonor, dressed elegantly but without ostentation, radiated a mix of confidence and grace that instantly reminded the world why she is considered the future face of European royalty. But behind the smiles, there lingered tension. Was this simply a diplomatic trip, or was it something more personal, something tied to the whispers of her rumored closeness to Prince Christian of Denmark? The pace of events gave no time for answers. Motorcades rolled through Copenhagen, streets lined with fans waving both Spanish and Danish flags. Children held signs of welcome. Elderly citizens watched with reverence, many commenting that they hadn't seen such excitement since the great royal unions of past decades. Yet amid the celebration, observers could not ignore the unspoken weight of Leonor's presence. Why did Spain's future queen choose this moment to make such a public entrance into Denmark? To understand the gravity, we must remember the context. Leonor's life in Spain has been one of intense scrutiny. Every step she takes is measured, every word dissected, every decision judged against centuries of tradition. In Denmark, however, her arrival felt different. Freer. As if the crown she will one day wear was, for a few precious hours, a symbol rather than a burden. Could this trip represent not just diplomacy, but a personal search for balance between duty and identity? And then, there is the undeniable curiosity loop tying her to Prince Christian. For months, European media has speculated about the bond between Spain's crown princess and Denmark's future king. Was this arrival the public unveiling of a royal friendship, or something deeper? Royal fans whispered as Leonor's car pulled up to Amalienborg Palace, where Christian himself was reportedly waiting. A simple diplomatic gesture, or the first act in a story that could unite two thrones and change the course of European royalty forever. Inside the palace, sources describe the atmosphere as warm but electric. Leonor was greeted by members of the Danish royal family with an intimacy that surprised even seasoned observers. Queen Margrethe's blessing was unmistakable, and her embrace suggested not mere protocol but genuine affection. Every gesture, every smile was analyzed, each one feeding a narrative of connection and destiny. Meanwhile, the streets outside remained flooded with people, their chants echoing into the night. Danish fans praised Leonor's elegance and poise, calling her the Princess of Europe. Spanish supporters online shared images with pride, noting that their future queen had not only captured Danish hearts but reminded the world of Spain's enduring royal influence. And yet, others asked the harder question: what does this mean for Spain? If Leonor finds ties of loyalty and love in Denmark, how will that shape her reign back home? The debate ignited across Europe. Commentators in the UK drew parallels to historic royal unions that reshaped alliances. Analysts in Spain worried aloud that Leonor's growing independence might clash with the carefully curated image of the monarchy her parents, King Felipe and Queen Letizia, have worked so hard to preserve. Some suggested her visit was a bold step toward modernizing the monarchy, showing that love, friendship, and diplomacy are inseparable in today's royal world. Others saw it as reckless, a dangerous blurring of personal desire and national duty. And yet, through all the speculation, Leonor herself remained composed. Her speeches were brief but heartfelt, emphasizing unity, friendship, and the importance of shared values between Spain and Denmark. She did not mention Christian by name, nor did she address the growing storm of rumors. But in her silence, in her carefully chosen words, she left space for interpretation, a space that the world eagerly filled. The curiosity only deepened as the visit stretched into the evening. Would Leonor attend private dinners with the Danish royals? Would there be a joint public appearance with Christian? Each unanswered question became a spark, fueling a wildfire of speculation that swept across Europe. But perhaps that is the true brilliance of her arrival. By stepping into Denmark without warning, Leonor controlled the narrative. She shifted focus from Spain's internal debates to a grand stage where she appeared not as a princess bound by duty, but as a young woman commanding her destiny. Every rose laid at her feet, every cheer that followed her motorcade, reinforced a single message: she is not merely the heir to Spain's crown. She is a royal figure with the power to capture imaginations far beyond her borders. And so, the story of Princess Leonor in Denmark will not fade quickly. It will linger, fueling discussions in Spain, Denmark, and across Europe. Was this a fleeting moment of royal spectacle, or the first sign of something greater? Could her arrival mark the beginning of a bond that unites two dynasties, or was it simply a carefully crafted step in a larger royal strategy? For now, the world waits. Spain anticipates her return, Denmark basks in her presence, and fans everywhere are left stunned by the sheer grandeur of her arrival. One thing, however, is certain: Leonor has changed the conversation once again. With a single step onto Danish soil, she reminded us all that royalty is not only about tradition. It is about spectacle, emotion, and the power of presence. This is not just a story of a princess visiting another country. This is the story of a future queen rewriting the rules of monarchy, one grand arrival at a time.